now. So, Chad, we're going to be doing...
Hey, let's thought we weren't using real names.
Oh, yeah, what are our sweet nicknames going to be?
Oh, yeah, we didn't think of sweet nicknames.
No, this is part of the process, dude.
Okay, yeah.
People love hearing the process. Okay, I guess I could be like the smooth the human hourglass, and
I'm gonna be the Gold Ranger.
Oh, what? What?
Why can't I be the Gold Ranger? Was there ever a Gold Ranger?
Yeah, in Zeo.
Oh, my bad. He was
originally an alien. And
well, I'm the Bronze Ranger then.
As the Jason, who was the original Red Ranger.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm the Bronze Ranger. That wasn't a thing, right?
No. So do I have to go like, so Bronze Ranger? Like, do I have to do that?
I mean, you could call me BR, but do I have to go like, so Human Hourglass?
Well, I mean, Human Hourglass is just me being the worst dude.
Obviously, I so is the Bronze Ranger. That's third place.
So here it is. It's me, Human Hourglass, and my boy BR.
The Bronze Ranger.
We're back again with the ultimate the encyclopedia of fantasy fights. We're gonna be fantasy fight friends. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I think it's better than the encyclopedia of fantasy fights.
Good.
I mean, that's also a thing we could do.
We're the fantasy fight friends, which is FFF. We're slightly worse than Triple H because we're Triple F.
I think we're the worst grade you can get.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, we might just be like the worst. Like a teacher was like, "Oh my god, this is awful. I'm giving it a Triple F."
I can't give it any more Fs, can I?
This is as bad as the Fantasy Fight Friends on YouTube.
The Fantasy Fight Friends.
So who are we doing this time, Chad?
I
mean BR.
Oh, the Hourglass. The time's run out on you, sir.
Oh man.
The sheriff, Peyton Manning. Versus the hero of the French Revolution, Napoleon Bonaparte.
Do you have like information on Napoleon pulled up, or do you know anything about him?
I know that he learned the hard way. You should never fight a winter war in Russia.
Oh man, Peyton Manning never did that.
No,
Point.
He didn't.
Napoleon Bonaparte. But Napoleon Bonaparte never went out in freezing rain for a half an hour before a game so that he'd be able to throw the perfect spiral.
True.
Okay, so in my opinion, these guys are a perfect matchup because they're just different versions of each other at different times. If Napoleon was around right now, he'd play football, obviously.
Nope.
You don't think so?
He was a small, diminutive man.
Oh, like Russell Wilson? Pow!
Ooh.
Take that, Russell Wilson. I hope Russell Wilson starts listening to Fantasy Fight Friends.
I'm never listening to this again.
I can't believe it on the first episode.
I thought this would be my thing. No.
Don't worry, Russell. We're still buds, right? No. All right. So no, but I mean, I know he was little. I know he's a little dude. Okay, well, there you go. Right off the bat, we're gonna have to give the. So how do we want to break this out? I mean,
okay, well, we'll give him a sword then.
Okay, so we're gonna get. Oh, so is this a fight to the death then?
No, I just think it makes him feel more manly.
But okay, well,
it's a confidence thing.
Not necessarily why he has the sword, but like, are they fighting to the death, or are they?
Oh no, because wait, which Peyton Manning are we doing? Like current, like pull him out of the NFL, old Peyton Manning right now?
No, let's do. I
mean, because to be fair, they're about the same age. I think
that's true. Okay, then we're gonna do current 2013 Broncos quarterback Peyton Manning,
right?
Versus, I don't know. Are there versions of Napoleon?
No, just that one version of Napoleon where he tucks his hand into his coat. Man, I hope nobody actually listens to this episode and they're just like, these guys are fucking idiots. They don't know shit about what they're talking about. They don't know shit about Dick. Fun. They know everything about Peyton Manning, and they know the most comical things about Napoleon Bonaparte.
No, that's the fun part. That's what makes the fights fun. Because it's someone we know a lot about versus some guy we've seen in a painting once.
Okay, so I think at this point I don't know anything about Napoleon, but I feel like even though we gave him a sword, he's probably going to sneak a gun in.
Okay, were there guns in Napoleon's time?
Yeah, they were flint. I think there was flint pistols.
Okay,
he probably had a blunderbuss.
Okay, so we're gonna say that this is a. Why do you think they're fighting? Because in my opinion, I feel like Peyton Manning. Okay. Oh,
they're not going to fist fight. They're going to command an army.
Here's why they're fighting.
Okay.
Because Peyton Manning demands perfection,
Okay.
and Napoleon is on the Broncos, and Napoleon ran the wrong route. And Peyton Manning's like, come on! And Napoleon's like, I ran the right route. And Peyton Manning's like, no, you didn't. You know you didn't. He's like, yes, I did. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, we're fighting.
All right. And then,
Okay.
so let's say Napoleon, I don't think they should fist fight. I really think they should command people to fight for them.
Okay, well, then clearly, would Peyton's soldiers just be the Broncos then?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, well then, first off, how hard is it for the players to not be distracted by Eric Decker? The soldiers on Napoleon's side. Do you think?
Are they just French foot soldiers?
Yes.
Okay, so they're all lined up in a weird, just straight line, three guys deep.
Okay. Oh, so it's only 3 soldiers on each side?
No. Like there's three lines.
Oh,
of
like
soldiers.
a big phalanx or whatever.
Yeah, they're in a phalanx.
Okay, so do you think that Napoleon was a good enough tactician to, like, give his guys a heads up, like, don't be distracted by Eric Decker?
Well, of course, they're French, so they're used to pretty men. But here's the thing. I feel like they should play a football game against each other.
Uh-huh.
But since that's Peyton's thing, that's his thing, we kind of have to make it a weird football game to push it back to the middle so that Napoleon has that.
Okay, so how about the football field is stretched across 5 triremes that are floating in the ocean?
How does that give... Yeah, that gives Napoleon that definitely gives him the advantage. I think that's too much.
Because here's the thing. Peyton Manning knows the game, but Napoleon would clearly be able to look at the ocean and be like, okay, I'm going to throw right now because it will look like my receiver's not there. But then, the trireme lifts in an area because of the waves, and then, he's in the perfect spot.
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know what a trireme is.
Oh, it's like did you never play Age of Empires back in the day, man?
No, dude. I never had a PC.
It's just like a boat.
Why did you call them triremes?
Well, because that's what they're called back in the day, man.
I guess if you're looking for a specific look.
Remember, in, did you see the movie 300?
Mm-hmm.
You know those type of boats, the really long,
The rowboats?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
But they have, the big sails, but, they're just the old-looking sailboats.
Like those Greek boats back in the day?
Yeah, that's a trireme.
All right, so...
Now, to be honest, I don't know shit about history. I don't know if triremes are still a thing for when Napoleon was a thing. But to me, they're both old, and so they existed together.
Okay, that's fair because I feel like it takes a lot of the physicality out of it because... and also...
Do we know if any Broncos players get seasick?
No, I doubt that. They fly planes a lot. They fly in planes a lot.
I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google. No, maybe nothing will come up, but maybe it'll be a bunch of
but I feel like this gives
of fucking Wes Welker throwing up.
But I feel like this he lived in Boston. There's no way. But I feel like this pushes the advantage a little bit back into the Broncos boat because you know that they're gonna take all their shirts off like they did when they had that practice. And you saw those photos. And so you're going to have a bunch of shirtless Broncos. Eric Decker.
Yeah.
And I feel that's definitely going to distract the French soldiers. French.
Ooh, Peyton Manning gets motion sickness.
Does he really?
Because there's a article from the Denver Post titled, "Does Your iPhone Make You Dizzy?" And it mentions that Peyton Manning has said in the past that sometimes he gets motion sickness.
Okay.
So, oh shit. Well, there you go, right off the bat, dude. That's pretty bad. If your fucking general's the one that might get seasick.
Yeah, he's not. I
don't see any. Oh, you know what? Willis McGahee used to get seasick as well. Is this a point in time where Willis McGahee was playing for the Broncos? Does he come back because he's like, you know what? I need to be a part of this fight.
Yeah, I think he does, but they already have 3 other running backs.
Well, yeah, they have 9 running backs. The Browns are like, come back, Willis.
He's like,
what are you doing? He's like, I have to fight for Peyton.
I was given the chance to get off of this team.
oh, I'm going to throw up. And so he doesn't help at all. Willis McGahee shows back up just to fucking ruin, just be like, well, I'm going to kill myself because I'm sick.
And if I know Peyton like he does, he sees that weakness, And when he's puking over the side, foot on his ass, pushes him right in the ocean, get rid of that weakness. And I could see Peyton just standing there, just swallowing his vomit back down to not show weakness.
He would... Okay, that's a good point. Peyton would have prepared. He would have known... Because in my head, it's not like they're just like... They snap their fingers and all of a sudden this is where the fight's...
So he's had one of those patches on behind his ear the whole time?
He knew this is going to happen, so he wore a patch, and he probably... had his friend drive. Okay, he had Demaryius Thomas. They both got in a car together, and they just did donuts in the parking lot.
Okay,
to kind of get him kind of in the headspace of maybe getting car sick, and so he was already a little used to it. And then he sat and threw a bunch of passes to all of his receivers. Let's say he threw 20 passes to each receiver when he felt a little car sick, so that he'd kind of know what it was like to throw passes when he was seasick.
Yeah, and I felt, and then on top of that, I think he built a platform of yoga balls.
Okay.
And has been standing on it for hours at a time, practicing his 5-step drops.
Okay. Now, but then what would Napoleon be doing to prepare to Peyton? Because the whole thing about Peyton is Peyton prepares. His whole thing is, how do you prepare for someone who does nothing but preparation?
Well, the thing is Napoleon has already commanded a navy, and so he's coming into this sea battle with the ability to know how to maneuver boats. And no matter what Peyton does, this isn't his bag of tricks, so you can only prepare so much and try to soak up so much knowledge in a short time, because I imagine he doesn't have years to get ready for this fight. Maybe he has a couple weeks, and he has a music montage of him standing on his yoga ball platform and throwing passes in a donut car. And
at first, Wes Welker's really frustrated, the balls aren't anywhere near him, but by the end he's making the passes, looking at him, giving him the thumbs up.
But and he's out on a Zodiac trying to stand in it, and they just have 2 Zodiacs going around.
He looks like a dog trying to stand in the bed of a truck. He just can't do it at first.
And Napoleon's like, oh, look at him, he cannot even stand. Oh.
And Napoleon's practicing throwing, and his form is awful. He's throwing off his back foot. He's doing Tebow jump passes and stuff.
He just brings a technician in there. He's got Chad Pennington in there working him, throwing it through tires.
Okay, I'm gonna find out. Did Napoleon Bonaparte have a best friend? Did Napoleon Bonaparte have a best friend? Where were Napoleon Bonaparte? Let's see. Did he have a best friend?
Did he?
I'm trying to see if he had any best friends. Because if he had a best friend,
I
would
feel
imagine
his best friend was Joan of Arc.
I mean, I can't argue with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his best friend was Joan of Arc.
Okay, so then Joan of Arc is clearly playing, oh, is this a shirts for skins? Because if it is shirts for skins, and Napoleon's army got skins, and
no, because
Joan of Arc's tits were out?
No, they don't know. He doesn't even know Joan of Arc's a woman. And the thing is the Broncos have already taken their shirts off before they even decided it was a shirts versus skins sea battle game.
Right.
And so she got to keep her armor on.
Okay, and they're like, hey, take your armor off. She's like, no, it's part of the strategy. And Peyton's like, yeah, you're right, it is. It is part of the strategy.
I knew she'd keep her armor on.
So no one questioned
she?
Oh, what? Who? And then they look over and Pam Oliver's on the side, and they're like, oh, they're talking about Pam Oliver, probably.
Joan of Arc's like, yeah.
And then the backup Colts quarterback throws a fucking football at her ass. And then she falls off the side, and her and Willis McGahee are both drowning together. Okay, so Pam Oliver's out.
Okay.
Willis McGahee's out.
Okay.
Joan of Arc is now on Napoleon's football team.
Right.
What's the name of Napoleon's football team?
The Bonapartes.
Okay.
I mean, did you have something on deck?
No, I was going to call them the triremes, because I just really like triremes.
That's a okay, so
the Bonapartes
but he has an ego, so it's going to be something about himself.
That's true. Oh, yeah, he wasn't he super full of himself?
Well, yeah, that's where one of those terms, the little man syndrome.
Oh, and having a Napoleon complex.
Yeah, meaning you overcompensate and act tougher than you should, just because you don't want people looking down at you.
So the two teams get together. It is Napoleon oh, shit, is Napoleon Dynamite there?
I mean, yeah, probably that's who Peyton has. Because he's got a full team of football players, and they're playing football, but I feel like he should have Napoleon Dynamite on his team.
Here's the thing. Peyton Manning knew that who on earth would have the name Napoleon. So when people are calling out, I'm open, Napoleon, I'm open, it would be confusing to have a second Napoleon on the field.
God,
so
who
he
keeps
gets Napoleon
calling my
Dynamite.
name?
Oh, I'm gonna run a route. Jeez.
Good thing we're doing that. I bet everybody's like, "Good, they're bringing back Napoleon Dynamite impressions."
Here, Peyton, I brought you this delicious bath because he was on the side of the field like fishing before the match started.
I really like his shoulder pads. Did you make them yourself? Peyton's like, "Oh my God, I don't like him."
Tapate, or whatever was it?
Tapenade.
Yeah, he's like feeding Napoleon Dynamite tapenade. Everyone's like, what's
Napoleon
happening?
Bonaparte sent over tapenade, and like he had a crate of it, and he's like, "Oh no, my crate of tapenade fell out," knowing that Peyton would go immediately trying to get this crate of French, classic French tapenade.
Is tapenade French?
I mean, it sounds like a French.
It does sound like a French thing. Okay,
yes, it is.
Okay, so
I looked it up.
It is the 2013 Denver Broncos, quarterbacked by Peyton Manning, with Napoleon Dynamite. Also, I assume a receiver. He's pretty lanky. Like he can't be a lineman.
I feel like you don't need linemen because they're in boats.
Oh, are they in boat? Okay, here's what I was picturing.
What triremes were you using?
I pictured a bunch of triremes, like, all next to each other.
Okay.
And then a football field stretched out across those triremes, like kind of like an aircraft carrier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I see this now.
Because obviously a football field couldn't fit on one, so however many triremes it takes to stretch a football field are holding a football field out there on the ocean.
I thought they were just floating around and like each player was in a trireme.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
that'd be way crazier. Yeah, no. So okay, it's Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos from 2013 with Napoleon Dynamite as a receiver.
Yeah.
Okay, because Demaryius Thomas has he pulled it. He has a hammy. He pulled a hammy. Not so much that he can't play through it, but he's not 100%.
Okay, so he's slowing down.
Yeah, and then what's the other Thomas? The tight end.
Julian.
Yeah, Julius
Thomas.
Okay, Julius Thomas is also not 100%. That's why they brought in Napoleon Dynamite, because he is 100% right now.
Yeah, I feel like it's a poor choice, and it wasn't Peyton's decision.
Yeah, it will.
He was left on the team post Josh McDaniels, and they just kind of that was who was on the depth chart.
Well, and John Fox had that heart attack, so he's not making any decisions.
And Payne's like, "Oh, well, I don't know who's next on the depth chart."
Well, no, actually, no.
Oh, it's Napoleon Dynamite.
Nothing to do with the coaching staff, because this is all because Napoleon Bonaparte ran that bad route and wouldn't admit it. So this is like a street game.
Oh, okay, street
game. It's still the Broncos, but since Peyton Manning can run an offense,
I was just sitting in the docks and I saw this happening. Can I play your football game?
Sure, Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay.
I'll be over here watching. That's whatever the Mexican guy was.
Pedro. Did you get some sweet jumps on your bike?
Oh, man, you're pretty good at Napoleon Dynamite impressions.
Hey, thanks.
Okay, versus the Bonapartes, which is Napoleon Bonaparte and his army.
We are going to tell you Bonaparte.
Oh, dude, that's a good phrase.
Yeah, I figured he would say that.
And then, who was it? Joan of Arc? Joan of Arc's also on the team?
Yeah, she's the tight end.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so... so what are the other stats? Oh, the Broncos are playing skins.
Right.
And the Bonapartes are playing shirts.
Okay.
Joan of Arc has no football experience, but she is wearing a suit of armor. Napoleon Dynamite he's a lanky guy. He's 100%, but he's never played football.
He's unathletic.
But he's really good at playing. What did they play? Didn't they play some tetherball? He's really good at tetherball. So he's not like unathletic at all. He can ride a horse and play tetherball. It's got to count for something.
True, and he can get the chickens with sharp talons. But as backup quarterback, they have his uncle.
Oh shit! Yeah, they both have to have backups.
How much you want back to throw a football over those mountains?
What was his name? Tito or Uncle Tito?
Yeah, probably.
It was some Mexican name.
No, he wasn't. Really? You think so?
What was Napoleon Dynamite's uncle's name? Uncle Rico.
Rico. Yeah, it was kind of a Mexican name. You're right.
So is Uncle Rico Napoleon's backup or Peyton's?
Peyton's backup.
Okay, who would Napoleon's
mountains?
Who would Napoleon choose as a backup? Not knowing a ton about football,
he would pick himself. As the backup.
Dude, he would. He'd be his own fucking backup.
He would be his own backup because he knows he could. He would think in his mind that he would never fail.
He would never be in a position where he had to use a backup.
Yeah, there'd be no reason for him to have a backup. Like, even if he was beating him 100-0, he wouldn't pull himself out of the game because he would never want anybody else to get glory.
Okay, well then we got the groundwork laid.
Okay.
What? I gotta say, and Peyton Manning's motion sick, but he prepared for it. But there's no way it didn't affect him. So
right, he's still gonna be a little woozy.
Peyton obviously starts off real strong.
Right. So
we're doing really well.
Coin flip.
Oh, heads.
Okay, what does that mean?
I don't know. I thought you were asking me what the...
I thought we would start with the coin flip, because I feel like that's where the real psychological battle starts.
I think Napoleon wins that.
Okay, but who's the captains for Peyton's team?
Peyton, Eric Decker, and Von Miller.
Okay,
because they need a defensive player.
Bonaparte is there by himself, and he makes Joan of Arc stand 20 yards back behind.
And he has a painting next to him of himself doing that one stance that we were talking about, and there he is.
Right.
So, then he goes like, anyone else want to choose what the coin flip is? Oh, really? Just me? And but he's the only one there.
Yeah, and then so they flip it in the air, and it land, and he calls heads. And when it lands on the ground, it does tails, and Peyton starts to go, yeah, we got it. And then he pulls out his blunderbuss, or his flintlock pistol, and he shoots it.
He had that.
Yeah, he shoots it, and he goes, ugh, did not see. It must have been heads. And then he walks off.
And Peyton's like, come on, ref. And the ref's like, there's no rules against that.
No, we're playing
We've
football.
never come up before. We're playing tri-room football. You know the old saying, you know what was that coach? Herm Edwards is like, you play to win the game.
Yeah,
you play trireme football to win the game.
Yeah, that's
and everyone's like,
rule.
oh yeah, classic Herm.
Only rule is to win the game.
So,
and I feel like I'm gonna pull a favorite home card, and I feel like his team, Napoleon's team, since they're playing on triremes, is the Buccaneers.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of has to be.
Which version of the Buccaneers? Our shitty version this year, or like last year when we thought things might be going all okay?
You should be this year's version. Not because I think you're shitty, but just because you would be a football team, but you wouldn't be the Broncos. You know what I mean?
That's true. So he still has football players, but they're boat-themed in some way?
That was the dumbest explanation.
Hey, but I took it from you, man. I took it and I ran with it. And, at least they have Revis. Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Before the match, they have to go pick up Revis. Guess where they pick him up?
On his island.
On Revis Island. They go pick up Revis on Revis Island using one of the triremes, and he's like, okay, I'm here. I'm here to play quarterback.
All right, so kickoff.
Okay.
Napoleon's always like, give me the ball first.
Oh, shit. Dude, I feel like the more you bring that up, there's no way that Napoleon would let anything happen. He would try and do everything himself, and I already felt like Peyton Manning had the edge in the football game, but, I figured it out.
Okay.
So, throughout 4 quarters, it is the most one-sided football game you've ever seen. Try as they may, the Bucs actually look pretty good, but they've got fucking Napoleon throwing to them.
Okay.
He tries to do read option and run every time. And Von Miller had the first 6 games off, so he's in great shape. Yeah. He's not tired at all. He's no injuries, so he's fucking sacking him like crazy.
Okay.
And Peyton's barely even having to work. Like it's like
they can't run the ball.
Oh well, yeah, they don't. But they don't need to.
Revis has shut down Decker.
But unfortunately, Revis can't be everywhere.
Right.
So it's just like 3 passes, touchdown, 3 passes, touchdown, over and over, and then it's 3 and out after 3 and out. So it's the 4th quarter, and it's like fucking like 75-0.
Okay.
And Peyton has since been like, all right, Uncle Rico, you're in. There's no point at this point. There's no way he's coming back.
Right.
But Napoleon looks at the clock, counts down, 2-minute warning, and he goes back and he's like, all right, remember when we said there were no rules to try-room football? And the Bucks are like, yeah. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to lose on purpose. And then everyone's like, what, why? So they go out there, and they take a knee. They let the clock run out, take another knee, clock runs out, take another knee, bam, game's over. And the refs ask the captains to meet in the middle, because this is an honor game. They need to shake hands.
Right.
And then they walk out there, everybody forgot. Remember when we gave Napoleon that sword?
Yeah.
Stabs Peyton in the chest.
That's a good one.
Peyton Manning wins the game, obviously, and unable to comprehend the idea of losing, Napoleon goes out there and stabs Peyton Manning with a sword. And it's allowed because it's tri-room football.
Okay, good scenario. But let me kind of riff off of that, all right?
Okay, paint me a picture.
Okay, I agree with you that Peyton's going to take down the... he's just scoring points all over the Bucks. And... for some reason, you don't see any problem with it from the Bucks. They're playing hard, but they don't get down. Napoleon's not getting mad. Nothing seems to faze this guy. He's got a smile on his face the whole time. Peyton can't figure it out. He knows something's up. And the scores just run down. And it's like when he gets on offense, he's not even trying. It's like punt immediately. Give it right back to the Broncos. And then it comes down to the last possession. And let's say that we'll go with your score 75-0. And all of a sudden, he comes out, and Napoleon takes himself out of the game and walks off to the side, hands the ball to Glennon. Glennon can't get. He chucks it downfield to Vjax. Vjax takes the ball, scores a touchdown, and as he does this, Peyton's like, "What? You scored one touchdown?" And as the time's running out, Napoleon walks back out, unsheaths his sword, looks Peyton in the eyes, raises it in the air, and goes, "Fire the cannons," and then boom, he sinks all the triremes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he fires the cannons because they scored the touchdown.
Because they scored a touchdown. The Bucks scored a touchdown, so they fired the cannons.
They sink the ships, and it's trireme football. There's no field left, and Peyton Manning, his patch washes off.
Dude, okay, the Broncos, a lot of black people, can't swim. They drown.
Exactly. Right.
Peyton Manning.
Wes Welker, and you have Decker.
Yeah. All that's left is Decker, Wes Welker, and Peyton.
They're alive still.
But Peyton's getting seasick. And
the Bucks
Eric,
are standing on the one lone trireme on their ship that they fired Z cannons from.
Yeah, and Eric Decker, he was matched up against Revis the whole game, so he's fucking tired. He doesn't have anything in him.
Yeah.
And he fucking drowns.
Yeah, and so now you have Peyton, and they clamber over to some of the wood, and it ends with Welker and Decker clutching the wood, exhausted. Peyton Manning's puking everywhere because his patch washed off once he got in there, and Napoleon's standing on a ship with all the Bucks, and they're just standing there cheering it up because they won.
Oh, dude, so we give it to Napoleon then?
I mean,
between Napoleon Bonaparte and Peyton Manning, Peyton destroys it on the field.
Because Peyton only knows football. He knows football.
He's also honorable. They call him the sheriff for a reason.
Yeah, and he goes out there and he imposes the law. And that's fine. And this is football, but it's trireme football. So Peyton only sees football, and he can only see football. So he plays football. It's what he knows. It's what he's been bred to do.
And he's not thinking about anything nefarious. He's not thinking about maritime law and what's allowed out here in the reckless maritime world.
Yeah, and okay, here's another scenario, right? So the ensuing kickoff, Napoleon defers, and you're like, what? He defers? Of course he would want the ball, and they kick the ball off, and as he does, all of his linemen run up to the 50-yard line, and they just wait there. All the special teams guys are like, what? Why are they just waiting at the 50-yard line?
Right.
And when they do that, they all stand there, and the guy runs up, and there's just a big wall there, and they down him they get him down to the 50, right on the nose middle of the field. They take him down there, right? Peyton's like, oh, that was weird. Wonder why he did that.
But he's trying to figure it out. He's like fucking light and definitely. He's like really thinking about it.
He doesn't know. He's just thinking of, well, okay, what play am I going to run? How am I going to score a touchdown immediately within seconds? And he's got the perfect play to do that. And he sends all his guys downfield because he doesn't have a line. He doesn't even have linemen at this point. He just sends everybody down the field, and he's standing there by himself. And then he throws the pass, and nobody's downfield covering anybody. All the guys just come in there, and they're piling on Peyton. And then, so they know this, and Napoleon's just standing down.
So it's a full man blitz? Everyone on the field blitzes?
Yeah, everybody's down there going after Peyton, right there on the 50-yard line, taking Peyton. And they're sitting there, and they crush Peyton, and they're all on top of him. And then all the Broncos start getting mad, so they all run out there, and they clear the bench. And then all the Bucs get mad, and they clear the bench. And everybody's down there on the 50-yard line, and except for Napoleon. Napoleon's not there. He's standing on a different one of the trireme boats. And but then what you forgot was when Napoleon called heads, he shot a hole in the boat. All this weight on the boat starts shooting water through the hole. The boat sinks. All the football players die, and all you have is Joan of Arc and Napoleon, and they live.
Oh, and they go get married.
Yeah, and then they get married.
And they have a baby.
And it was Napoleon Dynamite.
And that baby was Napoleon Dynamite.
And Napoleon Dynamite becomes the son of Joan of Arc and Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh, gosh, I love you, Dad. And I love you too, son.
And he's like, but why'd you marry a guy? You're gay? He's like, what? I do not understand.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We don't know if Joan of Arc is a woman or not. I forgot about that stipulation.
But he didn't even care. He was just like, he loved Joan of Arc so much that he didn't even know. He thought it was a dude. And he's like, I guess I'm gay. I guess I'm gay because I just love Joan of Arc so much.
Well, if you look at that, Chad, I feel like we were fair. And we came up with a bunch of different scenarios, and in 2 of them, Napoleon wins.
Yeah, so
it's cheap, underhanded bullshit. And if Peyton Manning was like
football.
If Peyton Manning was like Ndamukong Suh, then he would have totally killed Napoleon beforehand because he's a dirty asshole.
Right.
But he's got too much goddamn honor. The sheriff, man.
Yeah, and he knows football forwards and backwards, and in the football situation, Peyton. But anything else, he can't stop thinking about football. 24/7 football, and that's what led to his downfall.
All right, so there you have it. Between the dictator and the sheriff, Napoleon Bonaparte, France's greatest president, was able to take down
France's first president.
Isn't that's true, right?
Yes, he was the first president, and also he was the speaker of their parliamentary congress.
Oh, I knew his name sounded familiar.
And their poet laureate.
You're going over my head, man.
Yeah, he was their poet laureate, and he also invented the Nobel Prize.
Oh, and didn't he invent the Eiffel Tower? He didn't build it, but he invented it.
Yeah, he invented the Eiffel Tower, and he also made the Statue of Liberty, but it was supposed to be a Trojan horse, but he died before he got a chance to do that.
We were talking about Napoleon, and we did not make a single Bill Polian joke.
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, there you have it. If the fight ever happened, now you can put it in the history books.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put it in the history books. The Fantasy Fight friends. You know me, the Human Hourglass, and my boy the
Bronze Ranger.
Swing. Oh shit! What should my thing be?
All the sand. The sands of time and moving through the human hourglass.
Oh, yes, slipping through my fingers from the human hourglass. We figured it out. The winner would be Napoleon Bonaparte.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody!
In a 2-1 margin.
Oh, yeah, 2-1. Out of 3, we ran 3 scenarios, and out of them, Napoleon takes it. Sorry, Peyton, but you're just not built for those times.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that went pretty well.
Yeah. I think